Hello there, you beautiful people, and welcome to this review lecture for this section on object-oriented programming. So we're just going to go over a few things just to make sure that you've got everything, and hopefully you'll feel a lot more comfortable with classes by the time that we finish. So the first thing that we learned was that classes are templates for objects. When you create a class, you're basically creating a template for all the objects you're going to make later on, just like when I mentioned the analogy of a factory of coins. Each coin is an object, but there is a mold somewhere in the factory that helps you create these objects. Now, objects, just like in the real world, have two things. They have states and they have methods. In your class, you use variables to create the states, and you use functions or methods to create the behaviors for your objects. We jump right in and we created our very first object and a class, which was a model for a pound coin. We learned about how you can access the states of this object by using the full stop syntax. For example, if we had an object called coin1 or an instance called coin1, coin1.value would get the value of the coin, and you could change these states as well. You could say coin1.color equals green, for example, if you wanted the coin to rust. But then by doing it in that way, we found it was good for one-off things, but it was a bit tedious if we wanted to change a lot of our states, or we wanted to change our states in a very repeatable fashion. A better way to do it is to create class methods, and we created class methods that could rust, clean, and flip our coin. But in order to have class methods, you need the Python constructor, which is the _init function, and we use this self syntax to refer to the current instance. Once we set up all of our methods, we wanted one more that could model the coin being spent, and that would remove the object from our code. For this, we needed to use a Python destructor, which is what gets rid of a class. And the destructor in Python is the _del_self, this kind of thing going on here. And if you want to use the destructor, you just type the del keyword and then the name of your instance to get rid of the coin, and it would run the destructor function. But now that we'd made one coin, we wanted to see how we could make all the other coins. Okay, there's quite a few coins, isn't there, that we went through. But we wanted to do it without having to copy and without having to basically just retype all of the code again. So this is where we learned about the object-oriented programming principle of inheritance, where you can have one big powerful parent class that is going to have a lot of stuff already defined in it, and you've just got to put the stuff from your mini child class into the big parent class, just where it might be different, and let the parent class take care of the rest. So we made an abstract coin class that would do most of the work for any coin, and that worked great, except for when we had some of the coins, like the silver coins, like the 5 pence and the 20 pence, which actually wouldn't rust. And what we did was we used polymorphism to override the rusting behavior for those coins, so we could stop those specific coins from rusting. Now, polymorphism is where your methods have a different form, but they have the same name. And inheritance is where you get access to the functions and the variables that are in your parent class. After that, we made our very own bank. And what we did was we made a bank accounts. You had your current account and your savings account, and these inherited from the superclass, which was just a general account, just a very average account. And we gave in again the specific data that made the difference between a current account and a savings account, which in this case was the overdraft. And when we printed out these, when we put one of these instances or one of these account objects in the print function, we saw that it came out quite ugly. So I taught you about the str method that allows you to control how the output looks like when you print an object. And that was it, to be honest, you guys. How awesome do you feel now, right? I mean, a few sections ago, you started off by typing out numbers, and now you've made a bank. So I bet you feel absolutely amazing, right? If you followed through and grasped all this, and well done. So in fact, for now, until I put some updates up, this is the final chapter. of the Python Bible. Now, don't cry. Don't cry. In closing, I just want to say that it's been an absolute pleasure to teach you. And if you followed through the course, you understand it, and you've been practicing as you've been going along, your level of progression has been absolutely phenomenal. And you should be unbelievably proud of yourself. I know I am. I know I'm so proud of you if you followed through with me through this roller coaster of a journey we've been through. Now, I've loved every single minute of making this course, and it's my honor to have you as my student. And I just hope you've enjoyed it, even a half of what I have making it. So I just once again like to say thank you for choosing to learn with the Python Bible. Thank you for learning with me, and I wish you all the best in programming with Python in the future.